So remove the red strap from the bed package. Retain this for later if you put it back on the transport bracket. Lift the backrest section out of the transport bracket and slide out sideways. Place the backrest on its side. Open the backrest slightly to support the bed frame. Lift out the leg section. Slide the two platform halves together. Tighten the hand screws up. Close the gap on the bottom hand screws and tighten those up. Loosen all the cables. Attach the cable for the power supply into the bracket on the head section. Pull the cable tight and then tighten up the gland. Remove the cable cover from the control box. And connect in the leg actuator. These are color coded, so blue to blue. Lay the bed flat. Put the brake on one of the lift systems. Disconnect the pull pins on the opposite side of the transport bracket and let the lift system stand against the wall. The lift systems are exactly the same, so they can go either way around on the bed. Lock the bracket in position and re-engage the pull pins. Make sure both pull pins are engaged properly. Release the actuator cable and then do the same on the opposite lift system. Lock the pull pins into position again. Make sure that they're properly engaged. Release the actuator cable. Bring the power cable over the lower tube on the lift system. Take the head section actuator cable and wrap it around the power cable twice. So this allows the cable to move and keeps it supported, and then plug into the control box. So that's yellow into the yellow socket. The leg section actuator, plug in, again, yellow into the yellow socket, and then there's a cable support under the leg section. So all the cables on the bed should be supported now. Raise the bed. This is to give clearance for installing the side rail fingers. Slide in the side rail fingers, lock them at the top, then reinstall the screw and spacer. Do the same the opposite side. Never try and insert the side rail fingers when the bed's at its lowest position, because you'll bend the wires and the fingers will fall apart. To install the side rails, lower the bed back down to the floor. If the side rails are new, to make the installation easier, just get a screwdriver and put a bit of a lead on the top and bottom hole on the side rails. Next, install the end caps. So with the side rail fingers raised and locked in position, locate the bottom rail onto the bottom side rail finger on one side. And then install the top one on the top finger. Disconnect the corner of the bed by releasing one of the locking pins. And then take the top side rail, give it a tap to compress the springs in the end caps. Bottom rail do exactly the same. Reconnect the corner of the bed and ensure the locking pin is engaged. At this point, you can install the cable cover on the control box. Then check the functionality of the bed. The bed has a low voltage power supply, so there's an SMPS here, and its mains voltage into here, a bit like your laptop, then it's 35 volts out onto the bed frame. This should never be placed under the bed. The idea is the mains power stays outside the footprint of the bed. The handset has the same features as everybody else: backrest, knee brake, bed raise, bed lower, and Trendelenburg. On the back of the handset, you have two locks. The bottom lock locks out the complete handset. The top lock locks out the Trendelenburg function. To operate the bed, it's backrest up, backrest down. It's electric thigh rest and mechanical leg rest. To operate this, electric thigh rest comes up, the heels will always be down. To operate the mechanical section, lower it back down, wait for 3 clicks, and then raise it back up, and that will operate the mechanical foot section. To disengage it, just lower the foot section down. It will always remain disengaged. You have to want to engage it. To operate the side rails, just lift up. If you've installed the rails as well, it's important to check both rails are locked in place. To lower the rails, lift up, release the catch, and then carefully lower down. That's it. All Harvest Healthcare beds have emergency lower as standard. So in the control box, there's a 9-volt battery here. In the event of a power failure or an issue, the 9-volt battery will cause the actuators to backdrive. So the platform sections will move, but they will move slowly. They should all go down. This isn't a CPR function. So the emergency lower feature is a single-use feature. So if you ever do carry out an emergency lower, you need to change the battery, which is in here. Pull the ring out, there's a 9-volt battery in there, replace it. If you don't carry out an emergency lower feature, we still recommend the batteries changed every 2 years. When the bed's in the community, it can be really difficult to identify what type of bed it is when you've got mattresses, duvets, people in the bed. So we put a lot of labels on the bed. The bottom one gives you the make, the model, and the part code of the bed. It gives you the control system version 2. The QR code here and here, if you scan that, it'll take you to the website. On the website, there's all the information for the bed, the IFU, the downloads, and links to YouTube videos. This is a troubleshooting guide here. So this takes you through the lock on the back of the handset and the emergency lower feature. There's also a parts list here. So the idea of the parts list is if you need a part for this bed, if you give us the code from the bed that's got the problem, you're guaranteed to get the correct part.